This one. Hi, everyone. As usual, as every Wednesday, we have Coach Radha to speak about a new topic, and our topic today is very important, as usual. Why people hesitate to move forward? Hi, Radha.
How are you, Mariam?
Good, good.
Can you believe it's October?
Yes, I know. We're almost at the end of the year.
What happened? The time is going. Time is going so fast. Okay, so we want to talk about, and this is sort of we've we've spoken about something similar to it before. So sort of like a summary of it, I guess, what we talked about earlier is why do people hesitate to move forward or hesitate to do something, hesitate for anything in life, more or
To take
less, right?
action, to
Yeah,
to
they know what
improve
they want.
themselves. Yeah.
But when it comes time to actually go ahead and do the work, they hold back. What do you think it is?
I think it's a doubt, self-doubt. I think maybe something from when they were kids.
Yeah, yeah. There's multiple things. So it's doubts, it's fear, it's insecurities.
Mm.
Also it's trust. I think trust has a lot to do with it.
Trust around them or their self.
They might think it's outside because remember, usually we always think that when something is not going right or we don't want to do something, it's always outside because it could be, oh, I don't know if I can trust that person,
Oh, okay.
right? But it's actually here. The trust issues coming from internally. When you're not feeling confident enough, when you're not feeling secure, when you're doubting the world, then you're not going to trust anybody.
Sometimes people around us affect us
Yeah.
big time from like negative thought about us. They would try to control us by speaking about negative things about us. Therefore, we we end up without doing anything. And even if we do anything, we feel like we are not enjoying what we are doing.
Yeah. And then again, that's where you got to bring it back to you because people will say all sorts of things. One of the things I always say, I even say this to the students, like, wherever you go, not everyone's going to love you. So you just have to know that you can be the love and all of that. But just know that not everyone's going to accept you
For
the way
sure,
you are.
because we are different.
Yeah, so people will say things, people will bring you down, people will have negative comments. But the problem is now they're saying all of these things because it's their insecurity.
Mm.
When they're not feeling good, they're not going to a lot of time. It's not consciously they sit there and want to bring people down,
Mm.
but it's just subconscious stuff that's going on.
Mm.
They're just, that's how they're used to it, right? They're just used to when someone says, hey, I have this amazing job offer. They're like, are you really serious? I don't think that's going to work for you because it could be maybe they want something like that and they can't do it because they're scared
Mm.
or there isn't a business opportunity. So people project their emotion, their thing on others.
This is today happened to me. One of the guy is asking me about the business. His brother is telling him, I don't like it. It's not good. The other one is very understand the business and he like to join the business. And the other ones say all negative things.
Yeah.
I told him, don't listen to him. Do what you feel, okay? And he will follow you when he see the result. Don't worry. And he say, I will do it.
Yeah. So going back when you're saying, well, it's also because the people around us. Yes, people around us will say things, but The problem is when you believe them.
Yeah.
So it's not them. It's not the others, because they will. But when you start to believe, so when they're saying negative things to you, putting you down so you don't feel good about yourself, you have insecurities, because it's you're believing them. So there's something going on here that you need to work on.
Mm.
So quickest thing is ask yourself, okay, so if someone says, well, you're not smart enough to do this business.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are things that comes out. Who are you to go and, you don't have the credentials to go apply for the job. Are you kidding me? You
Mm.
don't have the qualification.
Your language is not good. I heard it many
Yeah,
times. Many
yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah. You're not going to be able to, I've had all sorts of stuff like that. Since when I was a younger, getting into the work field, people said a lot of stuff to me, right? And I let it get to me because when you're young, it's not that even if I don't believe it, but when you hear something over and over being said to you, remember your mind is listening, it's getting programmed.
Mm.
If you're not in the present moment, now it starts to believe it. So your body feels it. So when someone says something, now you feel it, and now you're not going to want to be able to take that action.
Yeah.
And even if it's not because someone's always been putting you down, you just start to believe that this is who you are. So you can't do anything. Even say, go get a new like if you wanted to, meet someone, new relationship, that too, that would be doubt that will be holding you back. Jobs or anything.
Okay. How we can like treat this kind of like hesitation or doubt or
It goes back again is to bring that awareness back to you. So having that awareness, because if you're not having that awareness, if you're not in the present moment, if you're not knowing about all of these things, not knowing that how your brain is listening, sends a signal to your body, now your body's responding, making you do whatever it needs to. So first is having the awareness. If you have the awareness, so if say, for example, let's take your business situation.
yeah,
If that person is aware, they probably write down, okay, there's somewhere in me I do want to do this because there must be a reason why I'm even talking to this person,
yeah,
right? So there's got to be a reason. Something brought me here. Okay, so there's a part of me, but then I'm doubting. Part of me is doubting this. Or let's talk about maybe someone's wanting to get a job somewhere and they
mm,
have a language barrier. They think they have a language barrier because that's what's been told. Okay, there's a reason this is even in my thoughts is because obviously there's going to be some reason why I'm even looking at this job or looking at this business or even a relationship that comes my way. So now let me look to see what feels right. Now, this is what I'm thinking I want. I'm not sure right now, but I think this is what I want. But then now I have these people telling me it's not good for me. So which one is true? Is it what others is saying
or what I feel.
or what I feel? And maybe Miriam, maybe this business or this job is not good for them. Because that's happened to me. There were some things that I was pursuing, but that wasn't really cut out for me. But there was other things like what I'm doing now. So I wasn't sure. So I did the same thing, asking myself and feeling in my body, is this something that I need to pursue? And I felt in my body this heaviness.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, so this does not feel right. Maybe this is not for me right now. So that's one way of doing that is writing it down. Okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I feel. These are my thoughts. And then now I have other people telling me, don't do this, which feels right. Or it could be because other people have already putting you down Your confidence is so low that you can't decide. So you're like, I want to do this, but then all of a sudden,
How we overcome of this?
is write it out. This is what I want to do.
Mm.
How do I really feel about this? What are some of the things my mind is saying?
Do you mean that we have to write the negative thought on
The
the
negative thoughts. So I'm wanting to pursue this job. I'm wanting to pursue this business.
Mm,
Or I'm wanting to pursue this relationship.
mm.
What is my mind telling me? What is it saying? I don't know if this is going to work out. Not sure if I should trust this person. So write everything down, because if you don't, you just don't know. So you're going back and forth. But if you don't try it, how are you going to know? Right. So once you write it down, now start to ask yourself, is this true?
About the negative thought.
Yeah,
Okay. Because maybe the subconscious,
it is subconscious
yeah, telling something,
driving you.
but you feel something, okay? The
Exactly.
subconscious, it's from your old experience
Memories.
or what memories, what's happened to you when you are kid, when
Yep.
your awareness is very low, is a different
Yes.
from now. To write it down and what write down also in the other side, like what you feel, maybe you can
Yeah. Because
use
when
that
you write it
example.
out, then because if you don't write it, you have no idea. You just like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this,
Mm,
but you don't know why. So if you sit and write it out, this is what I want. And these are things that's coming up in your head. When you write it out, it's like, oh, okay. My mind is saying that this is not good for me. This might happen, that might happen, this might happen. Now start asking, is it true that this is going to happen? Then feel it in your body. How does it feel? Does it feel light? Or does it feel heavy? Right? So now, then when you start asking those questions, and then you're like, well, that's not true. That's not true, because I know that these, for example, the business, there's evidence.
mm. There
Right?
is a
There's
result.
evidence. We've seen it. I've seen it. They've shown me videos. They've shown me people. I've seen people who've been able to get so successful and retire and all of that. So
Yeah.
it is possible. So that's not true. Okay, so maybe just my mind, because maybe my past or whatever it is, my mind just telling me. So just cross that off.
Mm.
The next thing could be is saying, well, you're not qualified enough to do an online business, or you're not qualified to go and work in a college.
Yeah.
That was my mind. You don't have the qualification. Oh, you're not experienced enough to go do a speaking event. You've never done it before. You're not a proficient person in speaking or your language. Rather, you're not. I'm talking speaking the real stuff that was going on with me.
Mm.
And that's what I had to do. Is it true?
No, but do you know what I feel? I feel like the people mix up between subconscious thinking
Well,
and
that's what it is.
what they feel. They can like separate
Yeah.
what their thought, and they doesn't know or don't know, or this is coming from bad memory or from
Yeah.
like experience, past experience, and
Right.
they never like before. I mixed up between my feeling and my thought. I don't
Well,
know.
you'd never even gone to feelings,
Yeah.
because you were taught, and believe me, there's so many people that I work with.
Yeah.
They always, even now, they turn around and say to me, well, I have to use my mind otherwise. And I'm like, why? Well, aren't we supposed to use my mind? I'm like, well, yeah, but the mind is programmed. It's
Yeah.
only going to give you
Fire. It's
what
a
it
fire.
knows.
Yeah.
So did you run a business back that years ago? No. So how can it give you anything that you want?
Yes.
We need to go with that 5% intelligence. That is in the present moment. And that's connecting your heart space. That's being here, not in your subconscious.
Usually they say the heart is weak and the mind is strong, but it's the opposite. This
The
is
other way
what we
around.
discover, okay? The
The other
heart
way around.
is strong, and the
Yes.
mind, it's weak because it's a like alarm or a siren,
Mhm. Yeah.
only to keep you,
It's just there to protect you,
to protect
right?
you.
It's
Yeah,
just there to protect. It's doing its job. The
yeah,
the subconscious mind.
yeah.
Okay, so another thing, I'm glad you brought this up. Another thing, because early today I was thinking about this. Another thing is that yes, we need the mind. When I've had a lot of people question me that, well, this is what we learn. We're supposed to use intellect. Yes, but that mind is only there for to remember your name, to remember other people's names,
Record
to
everything.
remember the password, to remember how to drive, to remember how to use Zoom. Memory, that's all it is. But if you want to create something new, no, you can't use that mind.
They will let you scare from doing for do it.
Yeah, because it doesn't know new things.
Yeah.
You have to give it new. And the newness is coming from that intelligence. That's you.
Yes.
That's beyond the subconscious. And that's when you have to come out here into the body to the spirit, soul, energy, whatever you want to call it. But there is something beyond that subconscious, the brain and the body. There's something beyond, right? You can say it's in your heart, but it's that breath, it's that life, right? So that's what you need to connect with. So whenever someone says, I've asked this question, so what do you think if you stop using your mind? What's going to happen? They're like, I'm not going to live. Mm. Well, because we do not know, right? We go to school. What are we taught? Use your mind. What's wrong with you, dude? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Don't you have a mind, right? So we learn that we need our mind. Yes, we need our mind for the
Even with the love,
memory.
they told you use your mind, don't use your heart
Right.
or family the same. How can I use my mind, not my heart?
But if you use your mind, you'll get what your family's relationships were.
Yeah,
It's what you learn. If you learned relationship, this is how it was. You learned working job, this is how it was. You learned business, that's all you're gonna get. So
I think it should be like alignment or like
it's alignment. You
yeah,
connect here and then you connect there.
yeah. Both of them work together, but should be feel good
You start
inside.
with your body first. Otherwise, it's your program mind.
Yeah,
So your program mind will only give you what it knows, and it will make you hesitate. And it's doing its job. It's just protecting you. So you just have to know. So, but why I always say write? Because when you write it, it comes out.
yeah.
When you're just thinking, it's like you can't. So when you write it, also when you write, you're actually coming into body too. Right? So now you're stopping, you're pausing, you start to write, and you're like, hold on for a second. This is not true. This is not true. And another thing they could always use is when you're hesitating and you're not sure. So first check with your body. Does this feel right? Does it feel, when I say right, does it feel light? Or does it feel heavy? Does it feel constricted? So when it feels light, then you say to yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Unless you're trying to put $15 million. No, no one's saying that. But if anything, it's like, okay, going and applying. Like for example, you're applying for a job, and on there it says you need 2 years of experience. You're like, well, I don't have it. I always say to people, because I'm an employment coach too, apply anyways. Apply anyways. It's your energy that brings things to you. So
Correct.
you never know. You probably have so many transferable skills.
Yeah,
And they're probably looking for someone who's loyal. They're looking for someone who can manage, maybe. They're looking for someone who's enthusiastic,
mm,
right? You might not have skills, but you can learn the skills.
yeah,
Like, for example, even the business, they may say, well, I'm not good at computers. I'm not good at learning these things, but are they enthusiastic? Are they someone who's excited about life and learning new things?
yeah,
Are they someone with good energy that people want to come? Or Are there someone who wants to help others?
Yeah.
Right? If you have all of those qualities, guess what? You can learn. You can learn computers. You can learn how to go online and click a button because everything's recorded anyways,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of these things, even with skills, you can learn skills at a job. Oh, if you have everything else, then it doesn't really matter. So you can say to yourself, what's the worst what's the worst that can happen? Can I just take a chance?
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'm not gonna know. If I don't, I'm going to be stuck here. So, okay, I don't want this kind of life anymore. I'm done doing the same old thing over and over. I want to experience something new. What does it feel in my body? Does it feel okay? Does it feel light? Does this person in front of me, Mariam, does she feel like someone I can trust? Does it seem like this is real stuff that she's talking about? Yes, I witnessed it. I've noticed all of these things. Okay. Or anything else. Someone is looking for a job or something. Does it seem like something is real? I've done my research. Okay. How does it feel? It feels good, actually. Actually, it feels right. And then the mind might say, but that's when you say, okay, but I'm going to do it anyways. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
If I don't make it, I don't make it. But I've
At
tried.
least you will not regret.
At least you won't regret. At least I can't say I didn't try. Because you know how many people leave this earth just doing the minimum and not experiencing the life they could have experienced? I see people around me who are just doing the minimum and not experiencing the life they can.
Yeah.
Is because of fear, right? Just knowing that, nope, you're supposed to have just this one job and just stay here, and then you wait for your last day. No. So if anyone is hesitating relating to anything in life, come on, take a chance. Take a chance. Like I said, of course, you're going to know because your inner GPS, your instinct here knows. Ask yourself, first write things out, and then just close your eyes and put your hand on your heart and say, does this feel light or
Yeah.
does this feel heavy? And your body is not going to lie to you. And you feel light, then say to yourself, okay, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen if I,
Always I ask myself when I would like to do anything new in my life. Okay, what I will lose?
yes, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? I say this with coaching too when someone does consultation with me or says, well, I have tried everything, and nothing has worked. I've had multiple people tell me that. Nothing's worked, so I don't know. I'm like, okay, what do you have to lose? Even the 30-minute consultation with me, what do you have to lose? If someone is on the verge of wanting to get consultation, what do you have to lose?
Nothing.
You get 30-minute
If you
chat
like
with
it,
me.
okay. If you don't like it, leave it.
And then if you do and you decide after one session, oh, this is not for me, that's okay.
At least you try something.
At least you tried. At least you tried because you might gain something from it. But if you don't try,
You
nothing.
can get any decision if this is work for you or not.
Yeah.
Thank you
So,
so much, Radha. It's really awesome. Awesome. A lot of people meet with them online or in my life had hesitation, and hesitation is a big obstacle
yeah,
in our life. You have to try. There is nothing to lose. If you
yeah.
don't try, you will not know if you can do it or not. Okay, so be easy on yourself.
Trust yourself,
Yeah.
trust your instinct. Know that your subconscious is just memories. It can't give you anything new. It's there for you to know the names and all of that, but it's not there for you to create new things. Your mind is not going to give you new things. You come into your body, you feel your body. If you feel light and you just say to yourself, what's the worst that can happen? And go for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, and have a great week. And see you next week. Thank you, Radha. Have a great week.
Welcome. Thank you. Have a great weekend.